From the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Ladies and gentlemen.
This is Roz
Yes.
and Mocha.
It's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno
This
Mars.
is Selena Gomez.
Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow!
You just won $1,000.
Amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man. This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Yo, Jason, what's going on? It's Roz and Mocha.
Hi.
Why are you calling?
To introduce the news.
Oh.
Oh.
How old are you?
18.
18. Okay, cool.
Have you always wanted to introduce the news?
Yeah.
Okay.
I always do it I always do like the whole thing whenever I hear it with my mom.
Okay, and then when you hear other people do it, are you saying it with them as well?
I usually say your part actually
Oh,
when
okay.
it's with them because I don't want to take away from their moment.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, now, Jason, this is your moment. 18-year-old Jason who wants to introduce the news. You've heard it many, many, many times, thousands of times. So you know the routine, right?
Yeah, it goes, hey, Mocha, yeah, you ready? Yeah, and then,
And then you give it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Here we go, Jason. This is your time to shine.
You're gonna get this first shot, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead.
Anytime.
Hey, Mocha,
Yeah!
you ready?
Yeah!
Let's do the news!
There we go. That's
I like it, I
perfect.
like it, I like
Perfect.
it.
Perfect.
Thanks, Jason. Have a great day.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
News break.
New season of Black Mirror is coming out in 2025, which is a really weird thing because normally with Black Mirror, they don't say anything and they're like, next week, Black Mirror.
They just released the season.
And it wasn't good at all.
I only watched that one episode with Schitt's Creek Girl and Salma Hayek.
Yeah, it wasn't a good season. But they say that they're doing a sequel to one of their most popular episodes.
No. Which one?
Which is an episode that I was kind of like meh about, which is the USS Callister, the one with Jesse Plemons, where he made that spaceship game thing.
Didn't watch that episode. I'm just happy you didn't say it was a sequel to Striking Vipers.
I wish it were. I wish it were.
No, Anthony Mackie's busy.
Yeah, because then you could get into like the whole like super VR stuff, right? Like augmented reality where they actually meet up. They don't have to be in their own living rooms. No.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Justin Timberlake's new album is out. I don't know if you want to play anything from it.
Yeah, I can play a
Is there
couple of
anything worth
tracks.
playing
Yeah,
from it?
stuff
on there.
It's
Yeah.
it's a big mix of like down, mid tempo, and up tempo tracks. This one's called My Favorite Drug. There's another song on there called Infinity Sex.
I don't know you anymore. Soon as all your clothes hit the floor.
There's a slow jam on there called Alone.
Heartbreak is the word right now. We took it all for granted. I'm sorry, it don't really work right now.
There's also another song on there which I believe might be the next single. It's called
Don't even know.
It's called Effing Up the Disco. I almost said the full word.
All right.
Because JT says the full word
gotcha.
in the actual song.
Scandal. Walked in with all of that looking like all I can handle. You're looking for worship, baby. Well, hey, I got a mantle. Got my Gucci Crocs on right now, but
Yeah. So, new Justin Timberlake album available everywhere
All
now.
right. I don't mind that.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
There was one cop. So everybody's car's getting stolen, man. Like, and they just ship them out of Montreal and then they just go and nobody's doing anything to stop it. And insurance rates are going up. And at first they were telling you to like go and hide your key fob, like stick it in like some secret bag and put it up in the attic because they can clone it from the street.
Yeah.
And
We
then,
got one of those boxes to put the
Do you?
keys in. Yeah.
I don't even have a key fob for my car.
No? Oh, you just got keys.
key. Yeah. Right.
Wow, way to give out all the information to the intruders, Roz.
So Toronto Police Constable Marco Ricciardi came out with some like brand new advice. So instead of hiding your key fob and sticking it in a box so nobody can find it or clone it, here's what he's now telling you to do.
To prevent the possibility of being attacked in your home, leave your fobs at your front door. Because they're breaking into your home to steal your car. They don't want anything else. A lot of them that they're arresting have guns on them, and they're not toy guns, they're real guns. They're loaded.
How about no?
Yeah. Why don't I just leave it in the mailbox?
Why don't I just put a sign on the front door
Yeah.
that says, door unlocked,
Yeah.
keys are on the counter,
Right. But if you're going to do that,
tank is full.
honestly, if you're going to do that, just leave them in the car. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, just
Yeah.
leave them in the car.
Didn't people used to do that back in the day?
Yeah, but how about stopping the organized crime? Right? Like, how about doing that? How about, like, going to Montreal and, like, taking care of the ports where all the containers are with your car that they just freely ship out?
Yeah, but Roz, that makes too much sense.
No, but they just won't do it. It's
'cause it
crazy.
makes
So
too much
now,
sense.
So now they're turning it on us.
yes,
Yeah.
Leave your
Yeah.
keys at the front door.
yes,
No, I'm not going to do that.
no.
If we all drove really crappy cars, no one would steal them.
Oh, they'd steal them.
They'd still steal
They
them.
still would.
Yeah.
Even because if everybody drove a crap car, somebody's like not so crap car becomes the good car,
Yep.
right? Jesus, I can't believe that.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Oh, this is super sad. Nathan Barrett, the younger brother of Raptors guard RJ Barrett, passed away. The
Sad.
team released a statement saying, "It is with profound sadness and heavy hearts that we announce the loss of our beloved son and brother, Nathan Tyler Barrett, who passed away on Tuesday, surrounded by his family, church, and friends. Though his time with us was brief, he will live forever in our hearts." And their dad, RJ, and Nathan Barrett's dad, Rowan Barrett, is actually Canada Basketball's general manager. So super sad, man.
Yeah.
And I don't
And
know.
nobody
what,
knows- nobody knows.
what happened to the kid,
They-
right?
He just
They
fell
haven't-
ill, and that's
Yeah.
it.
Really?
They haven't released any additional
Oh.
information.
God, it's terrible.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The Bear, we know, was renewed for season 3, but quietly as well, although nobody's confirming it, it was also released. It was also renewed for season 4, and they're shooting them back to back.
Oh, sick.
So it won't be long in between seasons 3 and 4.
I wonder if they made that decision during season 3, like writing, because sometimes they'll start writing, they start filming, and then they continue to write as they're filming, and maybe
Yes.
they just had too much, and they were like, well, we can't fit all these stories in one season, so let's just split it.
I also
give
think
more
that,
time.
I also think that they're looking at their 2 stars, knowing that they are exploding. And
they'll be gone after
and
season
schedules,
4,
no,
maybe?
just schedules.
Sure.
And how difficult it is to just sort of wrangle that large of a cast.
Yeah.
To get them back together. So they're doing 3 and 4 back to back.
Love it.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Jennifer Lopez has canceled 7 dates in her North American tour.
Why?
Ticket sales.
Oh, really?
So the dates between August 20th and 31st in Cleveland, Nashville, Raleigh, Atlanta, Tampa, New Orleans, and Houston were all listed as canceled on Ticketmaster. While the tour is still scheduled to do 30 shows, large number of tickets, they say, from Variety that you see on Ticketmaster are remaining unsold for a lot of those shows. However, within all of that, they did add Miami, Toronto, and New York after the sort of tour was already announced. So maybe she's just making up those in other places.
Why
I don't
doesn't
know.
she just do like, when they say, oh, I'm going to do a theater show to make it more intimate with my fans.
Yeah.
Right? You
Yeah.
sell out something like that.
And the album, too, they note, was disappointing because it debuted at number 38 on the Billboard
did?
200. Yeah, and I guess that with this tour, the album, and then the 2 movies that she did, I think that she funded this herself. So I think that... And they were, no, I didn't. And they were saying that it was $20 million is what she's put into this. Yeah. So
Wait, how many movies? Because I saw
there was 2.
There's
There's the documentary, and then there's something else that I don't know if it's been released or it's coming out or
and then
whatever
she's
it
doing
is.
something with Netflix, I think.
Yes.
They dropped a trailer for something
yes,
recently.
So I don't know what that is, but everything was apparently it's all self-funded. Is
damn.
what it is? Yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Zayn Malik's got a new song called "What I Am."
Is it good?
I don't know.
Oh,
I haven't heard it.
I've been drinking absinthe. I just did the math. It ain't
Absinthe is
enough.
deadly, bro.
I've had enough of running around this ball game. You can know your own name. I won't give it up. Am I crazy? Am I foolish? Am I stupid for playing these games with you? If I told you I love you, would you say that it's
Oh.
If I told
You know
you
what? I had like high hopes for Zayn because I like him as an artist.
Yeah.
I just think that he hasn't been consistent enough.
Right.
Like that one song that him and Taylor Swift had from the 50 Shades movie.
Yes.
That song was so fire.
Real
I don't want to live forever.
Yeah.
it was
And then he
really
released
good.
like another song shortly after. He just hasn't been consistent. I think that's Zayn's problem. He hasn't been consistent in the game. He's got a great voice, though. I like that song.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Scientists are learning more and more about what sources of meat could serve as a sort of more sustainable alternative to beef, pork, and chicken because they just are energy and resource suckers. And we all know the impacts on the environment from cattle and so on and so forth. So what they're leaning towards now is python farms.
What?
Python meat, they say, could offer a form of meat much less carbon intensive than the current options. They say farmed python meat may offer a far more sustainable alternative to other farm meat because they can reproduce rapidly even when food is abundantly not available. Pythons, they say, produce, quote, 2 enormous slabs of white meat that is very similar to a chicken fillet.
But it sounds expensive.
So,
Well, that sounds
cheap.
disgusting.
yeah, I ain't eating no snake.
You know, you're not eating python. What
you
if
know-
what if it comes to that?
I'll eat grass.
Don't knock it till you try it.
A lot of people in the
know
world
what?
already eat python.
I'll try it.
Great.
I'll try a little, just a little piece. I'm not talking
Yeah.
like a steak size, right? I'm not talking like a fillet, like a nibble.
Yeah,
I will try python.
like on a stick, like an hors d'oeuvre.
yes,
Right? You would try.
or like spadooch, right?
Yeah.
If it was
Just a
like,
little.
if it was like 5
Crisped
chunks,
right up,
It was 5
right?
chunks on a skewer.
Please
Yeah.
don't say spadooch right now.
Yeah.
Say chunks.
Yeah. Yeah. What about that? You wouldn't. You're not interested
you
in
know
that.
Yes, I will try python spaducci.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
On the
I'm
barbecue?
down. I'm down.
A little
yeah.
bit of hot sauce, some salt and pepper.
Listen, if it's python or
Nothing?
or mushrooms, I'm eating python all day.
I'm
Yeah.
eating mushrooms.
Nah.
all day.
You need salt and pepper, Maria.
Yeah, and you know that you would then go to these restaurants where you could get like a 3.5 foot python nugget, like breaded and deep fried.
Yeah.
Right? Like they would just reinvent white meat.
Yo,
like we'd
hook
be
me
eating these
up.
big, long white meat tubes all day. all
you.
day.
That's you, bro.
Shut up.
Listen, Mista, that's all you.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Justin Timberlake doing NPR's Tiny Desk series.
Man, these Tiny Desk series, I love so much. And he had like his full band.
Yeah, they did 7 songs.
And they didn't make like any accommodation for the amount of people in the band.
Yeah.
They were like, you guys get the same tiny desk that everyone else gets.
Yeah.
Figure out logistics.
Did he have a lot of people with him? I haven't seen the video.
Yeah.
Bro, it was
quite a
like-
few.
Was it? Packed.
It was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think there was 12 people in his band, and they were all like huddled in one little area.
In order to do that stuff live, because when you just sit in a studio and you have a guy in Pro Tools where they just create everything, right? When you're then tasked to recreate that all live, you need a lot of people to do that.
Yeah,
right?
it was
like
great.
it's incredible.
So you guys know, like, I don't pay for YouTube, right?
No, you don't.
So this video is
Really?
22 minutes,
Yeah.
right? And I watched it, and I got the commercials.
How many?
I got I got 5 rounds of commercials.
Oh my God.
And each round, the first commercial was not skippable.
Yeah.
So I had to watch, I don't know how many Tide
God.
commercials and Manulife commercials and friggin' Little Caesars pizza.
Oh my God.
Before I could skip, right?
There was.
And the messed up thing is that they don't put these commercial breaks during the transition of songs in between each song.
No,
it's
they don't care
while the
about you.
actual song is playing.
They
I'm
don't care about you. They don't care about you. They don't care.
Just buy the premium.
I'm not spending money on YouTube, Maria.
No, there was one time over the weekend I was in private browsing and I didn't realize I was in private browsing.
Oh.
And I went to YouTube to watch something.
Yeah.
And I got a commercial and I thought my subscription had been canceled and I had a panic attack.
Why are you private browsing?
I don't know. I don't know.
Got him! Got him!
Yeah, I don't remember why I was in private browsing.
Oh my God.
I have an idea.
I'd ask Catherine if she remembered, but she's away.
These nuts.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Drake paying out more cash to another fan. He seems to do this at every show where somebody will hold up a sign saying something.
Yeah.
And then Drake just stops down the show and gives them money. But there's no rhyme or reason. Sometimes he'll give somebody $50,000 for college. Sometimes he'll give another person 20.
Yeah. Gives me Birkin bags.
Birkin bags. Yeah.
What do you think on his tour? What do you think Drake's Birkin expenses are? What's the budget, you think?
I don't know how much they are.
Birkin bags?
Yeah.
Oh, they start at 10,000.
Yeah.
And those are for the small.
Really?
Yeah,
But he's not
they're
giving out small bags.
No, the
I've
ones he's
seen-
spending must be $30,000.
Yeah,
for
he
these
flexes
bags.
sometimes on IG.
And how many does he give out?
I think he gives out at least one every other show, maybe.
Yeah, there was one point where he was giving out 2 a show.
Yeah.
But then you got to get out of the arena with that thing without having somebody take it off you, right?
Yeah, it's probably security that
Yeah. So
Damn.
this is Drake the other night.
She got a sign that says, I'm 5 months pregnant, can you be my rich baby daddy? Well, first of all, I don't want to offend your real baby daddy. But I would love to, first of all, get you out of the pit so we can put you somewhere safe like the VIP or some shit. Because you can't be pregnant getting bounced around. When I start playing some of these slappers, we can't have you getting pushed around. Second of all, I'd love to give you $25,000 so you can be rich baby mama.
Damn.
I got to go to one of his shows with a sign.
What would your sign read, Maria?
Single and have a fur child.
And have a what?
A fur child. I need to help my dog.
Fur child.
Yeah,
I would
My
kick you
fur
out of the
baby.
show. I would kick you out of the show. If somebody showed up to the show with a fur baby sign, I would kick you out. I would kick you out. There's
What
a woman.
else am I gonna
There's
put?
a woman right beside you with an actual baby in her stomach.
Okay, what else
And
am I
you're
going to
like,
put?
and you're like my fur baby. I don't know, Maury. What would you put?
I'm hungry. Buy me dinner.
Okay, so that's you get what You know
Hot
what?
dog?
Drake would probably do that.
No.
He'd probably reach into his pocket and throw $15 at you.
There you go.
Right? Here you
Enough
go,
for a
chicken
beer.
fingers. Enjoy the show.
Oh, no. Can I change my sign?
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Too bad.
No, too bad.
Too bad. You get the
Too
chicken
bad.
finger money.
No,
That's
my
it.
sign's
That's
going to
it.
read,
Nope.
all I'm driving is a Yaris.
Nope. That's
No.
it. You got chicken fingers. Yeah.
You screwed up that first time,
I
Rob.
know.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Vladimir Putin won the election, surprise,
He
which will give
did?
him another 6 years in power. He's claiming landslide victory with 87.32% of the vote. He's led Russia now for 24 years. He will soon match Stalin as the country's longest-serving modern ruler. The 3 chumps that they ran against him were all from parties that directly serve the Kremlin anyway, and none of them were allowed to oppose the war in Ukraine. So they just bring 3. Because if you're real opposition, you die, right? That's just the deal. So they do these elections where they're
Quote unquote elections. Because they have to.
yeah, and then you got to run 3 chumps against him. And I mean, I know he's claiming 87.3% of the vote, and I'm sure they know who those people are that did not vote for him, and they will also be dealt with.
Yeah, they're no longer around.
Right? Like,
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
well, you knew it was going to happen. It was only a matter of time. Grady Dick, basketball superstar, Toronto Raptors. You know how at the end of games they sometimes exchange jerseys with like other players. So they did that, and it was like a great photo moment and everything else. But here's the commentators explaining why this one's unique.
Rookies Anthony Black and Grady Dick. One from Arkansas, the other from Kansas. Exchanging jerseys.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Anthony Black and Grady Dick.
Yeah, exchanging jerseys.
They had the other person's jersey, and when you looked at the photos, when you saw it on television, it was Grady Dick standing there, and then Anthony Black standing on Grady Dick's left side, and they're holding up the jersey very proudly.
Yep, very proudly.
I wonder if the BBC reported on this story.
It was only a matter of time, though, right?
Of
you know what I
course.
mean?
Man, they knew what they were doing.
Yeah. Now, do you think that they told everybody, like their teammates, "Yo, we're
No.
gonna do this after the"?
No,
You don't
No,
think
if
so?
you watch the video, like it was Grady Dick's idea, and he was just like, like, F it, let's do this.
You don't think they set it up ahead of time? No, those two guys.
No,
on
because then the other
Instagram?
guy ran to a cameraman going, come, check this out.
my God.
I think the two of them,
Yeah.
right? The two of them knew what was going to happen.
This is what I mean. Like they set it up with the two of them, right?
But they never told anyone else.
You don't think so?
Nah,
my God. I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, do pro sports athletes wear, like, do they get new jerseys every game?
Yeah.
Or do they?
I think so, yeah.
No, they don't.
And some shoes.
They don't. No. They actually don't.
They depend on like the jerseys,
they
but
don't
they
get-
usually don't. Like
And
they wash them.
And NFL is the only ones that gets new jerseys every game.
So what did they do with the old ones? It's like that.
They
that's what
wash them.
And then what?
They wear them again.
Oh, sorry. You said that they. Okay, I thought you said they get new ones.
No, NFL does.
NFL gets new ones.
Yeah, and in pro football, like the football, not
Yeah.
football, but football.
Yeah. And Ted Lasso.
They get two a game. So even at the half, if they got grass stains on them, they come out looking fresh.
It's amazing.
So what do they do with the old ones? Turn them into schmatas?
No, and if they give if a football player gives a jersey to a fan, they got to pay for it. Like the player gets billed for it.
But guess what? Those players make
I know
millions.
Yes.
Come on.
Yeah. And MLB with their jerseys, they created like a special detergent. I think it's called like Slide Out or something like that, like some super high powered detergent that only the MLB uses to wash their jerseys.
Bro, do you know how many parents would love
I know.
a bottle of Slide Out at home?
I think that's what it's called.
Bro.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
Forget Tide. Give me some Slide Out.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
We talked about this last week. Elizabeth Hurley, her son, Damien, directed a movie called Strictly Confidential with his mom. Elizabeth Hurley was in it. And even in the trailer, there's like a super hot sex scene with Elizabeth Hurley that she has with another woman. And we were talking about like how weird it would be to direct your own mom in a sex scene. So she's commented on that now.
Oh.
And she said she loved it, saying, having him there meant that I felt safe and looked after. It's kind of liberating to work with your family.
What?
I'm relaxed in front of him. He looks after me. It's relaxing knowing someone behind the camera who looks out for you. So she loved shooting a sex scene with her son as the director.
No. How am I doing, son? No. No. Not at all.
No, right?
No. The answer is no every single time.
Thank you.
It doesn't matter how you switch up the situation.
And I think like he wrote it. And I think he cast too. Like he put his mom in that position where she was gonna like have a stand-up makeout sesh with like some young thing.
Nah.
No?
No.
No.
Every single time the answer is no.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Reba McEntire has denied calling Taylor Swift an entitled brat
Oh, wow.
after the Super Bowl game in Las Vegas. So Reba responded to a post made by a conservative Facebook page called America Loves Liberty.
Damn.
After they claimed that Reba talked about how disappointed she was to look up at the big screen while performing the national anthem, only to see Taylor Swift laughing and drinking and making a mockery of the event, they say.
Wait, what?
The page added that Reba then said, I let her have it afterwards. She's an entitled little brat. Reba shared the image on Insta and captioned it, please don't believe everything you see on the internet. I did not say this. Taylor is a wonderful artist, a strong role model, and has done so much good for so many people and the music industry. Reba. So
Those some harsh words.
She did not say that.
Read those lines again. Like, where would somebody get that from, though?
They made it up. They made it up. America Loves Liberty. They wrote about how disappointed Reba was after looking up at the big screen and seeing Taylor celebrating. They said, I let her have it afterwards. She's an entitled little brat. Right?
Real bad man.
Shouldn't say that, though. Shouldn't say it.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Oh, my God. So sad that the residents on Wards Island in Toronto, everybody's in just absolute disbelief after an early morning fire burned down the Wards Island Association clubhouse and the cafe.
Oh, terrible. My favorite cafe.
Is that's where you guys go, right,
That's
Maura?
where we got our cheeseburgers every summer.
Yeah, it fully engulfed. Fire crews showed up just before 2:30 a.m. on Sunday. The clubhouse was originally built between 1937 and 1938.
You were there for the groundbreaking.
Shut up.
Jesus Christ. Real bad man.
Maury with the lines.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
MPs are set to return to the House of Commons today, where they're expected to offer tributes to Brian Mulroney, who passed away in Florida on Feb 29th at the age of 84. His casket will be brought to Ottawa on Tuesday, where he will lie in state for 2 days, and then the state funeral will happen on Saturday with eulogies from Caroline Mulroney, Jean Charest, and Wayne Gretzky. All going to say some nice things.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The inventor of karaoke passed away, apparently. He invented the first karaoke machine in 1967. His name is Shigechi Nageshi. And lived to 100 years old.
Wow.
100 years old. And karaoke, we know, is only for people who can't sing. If you can actually sing, you should not do karaoke.
So I don't
it's
go.
not fun for everybody.
I love karaoke.
Yeah, what do you mean, what? Nobody wants to hear a good singer at karaoke.
That's not true.
Yes, it is. Nobody who sings should do karaoke. They put together a list of the top 10 karaoke songs for people who can't sing.
Okay.
In honor of this guy, who lived to be 100, who invented karaoke. And you want to take a shot at what's on the list, anybody?
Journey, Don't Stop Believing.
Journey, Don't Stop Believing is number 3.
Sweet Caroline's got to be on
It's
there.
number 1.
Oh, there you go.
Living on a Prayer, Bon Jovi, number 2.
I'm Every Woman.
No.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Who's going up to sing I'm Every Woman?
They sang that in karaoke in Sex and the City, the movie.
Oh my God, dude.
Well, duh, Roz. Come on.
Yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody's on there. Summer of 69 by Bryan Adams is on there.
Yeah.
I Will Survive. Oh, Dancing Queen by ABBA. Wannabe by the Spice Girls. Love Shack by the B-52s is on there.
Walking in
Love
Memphis?
Shack. Babe, what's that?
Walking to Memphis?
No. You got to get out of your own world more. There's get out of your the 6 things in life that you actually know and Sex in the City. There's a whole world out there. Aside from the 6 things that you know and Sex in the City, there's a big, giant, beautiful world that we all live in.
Question.
Yes.
Is Blink 182 All the Small Things on there?
It is not.
The one that Maria is very famous for singing.
Yes.
When we were in Jamaica for Roz and Mocha's family vacation.
All the small things, true care, truth brings. Always, I know you'll be at my show.
This is why karaoke was invented.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. That's fun, karaoke. That's what we want to see, right? We don't want to hear Shem.
Oh, why am I getting
We
this
want to hear the
straight for?
bad singers.
That's why his mic was off.
We want the Maury's and the Marias of the world. No offense.
Hey.
Well, I mean, come on now.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Oh my God, the old guy from Squid Game. Remember him? 001 from Squid Game? He just got convicted for sexual misconduct.
What?
The old guy.
What? Isn't he like 1,000 years old?
79 years old.
He looks way older than that.
Yeah, thank you.
Convicted
He really
for.
does.
He did. He looks like a Yoda old, right? Yeah.
He's like,
yeah,
how old are you?
he might-
600.
Yeah, he might be a Yoda. So this was back in 2017. He inappropriately, apparently, touched an actress, which included hugging her, holding her hand, and kissing her on the cheek.
Like from Squid Game?
No, it
There's
was
only that?
2017. I don't know. I don't know when this is from, but it's a suspended sentence or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, 79 years old. Jesus, what are you doing, man? Damn. I don't know. Is that it? I think that's it.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Ba-da-da-da-da. We should learn more today about the planned construction on the Gardner and when all that is going to start. As we know, the city has said the Gardner from Dufferin to Strawn will be reduced to 2 lanes in each direction, and then the eastbound on-ramps near Jameson will be shut down starting the end of the month. Construction and closures are expected to last at least until mid-2027.
I'm going to have to teleport to BMO Field
Yeah,
on the
because
weekends.
Maria works on the weekends with TFC. So how are you going to get there, Maria?
Teleportation, apparently.
I think that, which way do you go, though?
Well, I usually go DVP Gardner, and then I'll either get off at Jameson or I'll get off at Lakeshore Spadina.
I think the get off at Jameson is fine because
But it's blocked.
I think it's the eastbound on ramp, so it's the other side. So it's when you're
leaving
on, like when you're on Lakeshore and you need to get on to the Gardner, or when you going east, or when you leave BMO Field and you go to try and get on the Gardner. So
Wait.
it's you're going home that's going to be screwed.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What the hell are they doing? Are they just ripping up
I
the
don't
road and
know.
then like repaving it?
I don't know. I don't know what they're
Are
doing.
they widening the road?
I don't know.
They
I
haven't
would-
even said. They just said construction.
I
right?
don't know.
I would park downtown and take a water taxi.
Yeah,
Much faster.
exactly. I
And you
don't
can.
know.
It's $10.
I don't know what they're going to do. I have no idea.
Aren't they still fixing like the underneath of it, the structure?
That is what they're. So the news report said that you won't see many of the workers because they'll be underneath.
Oh, convenient.
Convenient.
I mean, there's no
convenient.
concrete evidence of this.
Convenient. Anyway.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Oh, apparently Aaron Taylor Johnson has
that?
formerly been offered the role of James Bond. I
Aaron
know him to
Taylor?
see him. So he was Quicksilver in Avengers, and then
Oh, this guy. I know this guy.
And then he played a psychopath in that Nocturnal Animals movie, and then he was in Bullet Train with Brad Pitt. So a source said Bond is Aaron's job should he wish to accept it. The formal offer is on the table, and they're just waiting for him to sign it back.
Oh, wow. He's young, 33.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought for sure they'd go for older. with
No,
James Bond.
no, because
Are
they-
they looking just I
No,
guess
the reason, like, because I
this
know
guy's going to be the one for the franchise.
that's the thing. So that you know, like, I know that everybody wanted like Idris Elba or Henry Cavill or anybody like that, but you have to keep in mind when Daniel Craig was James Bond, he was James Bond for 15 years, right?
That long?
Yes, because you got to think 3 years in between movies, right? Or whatever it is, and then they want you to do a bunch of movies. Like Idris Elba would be like an old man by the time he finished it. Like they have to go somebody young if you want to continue on with
Daniel
it.
Craig was 34 when he became James Bond.
Yeah, was
Wow.
he? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So there
I
you
don't know, I'm
go
not a
on
Bond
that.
guy.
No,
I'm on
me
board.
neither. It's fine.
I prefer like those Mission Impossible movies
Yeah.
over Bond.
Yes. Agreed.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Meghan Trainor and T-Pain got a collaboration. So Meghan Trainor, huge T-Pain fan, and to thank T-Pain for collaborating on a new single, she took out a full-page ad in an Atlanta newspaper, hoping he would read it. Here's T-Pain.
This is the craziest anybody's ever done, period. I have a song with Meghan Trainor. It just came out yesterday, and Meghan Trainor took out a full-page ad in the Atlanta newspaper to say thank you to me. This letter of appreciation is for the one and only T-Pain. The first time I heard your music, I knew I had found my favorite artist of all time. Your musicality and lyrics blew my mind. Rhyming Wisconsin with Mansion is expert-level songwriting, and it motivated me to no end. Thank you for paving the way for not only me, but an entire generation of music makers. Thank you for changing the game and how songs are made. Thank you for being the kindest, most humble hero. Thank you, T-Pain, for making my dreams come true and making music with me. You've been like this since birth. I love you. Love you to the moon. Meghan Trainor.
Wow.
Okay, so do you want to hear the song?
Bro, I heard
Oh,
the
you
song.
did?
Have you guys heard the song yet?
It's one of my new favorite songs.
Shem, have you heard it? Maria, have you heard it?
Never.
Okay, let's
She
Actually,
got
you know
that-
what? Hold on.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Hold on, because I got the full song.
Okay.
Let me give this song
There's a swear word
justice.
in it.
Cool.
What's the swear word?
Don't worry, this one doesn't have the swear word. I
Okay.
promise.
She got that booty, that type of boom boom, that bass that I like. I said, who me? I keep it juicy. You better hold on for delight.
Oh, wow.
Oh, girl, she's cute and she's classy, thick, bold, and sassy. She knows what she do and she move and she's.
This is a new Meghan Trainor and T-Pain, by the way. It's called Been Like This.
You keep asking like all this came out of the blue. But I've been like this, I've been like this.
Wow. This song's fire, bro. Yo, fire, right?
Oh, I like this a lot.
Guys, what happened? Okay, I got a great idea.
No.
I got a great idea.
You know what's crazy is I listened to this when I came in this morning, and I thought in my head that everybody would hate it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yo, this song slaps so hard. Anyway, listen, I got a great idea.
Shut up with your idea. There's no way.
What happens
There's no way.
when I'm like really feeling the song, guys? Let's hear my idea.
No one.
When I really, really like a song and I believe in a track so much.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Nobody wants to hear my idea?
No.
We just enjoy the rest of the song?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, I thought you guys were going to hate it. I really did. Yeah.
I haven't heard T-Pain's voice in a while.
I just thought that it was like kind of hokey, and I just
We
didn't think
need
you guys would
hokey
dig
in the
it.
world right now.
This is a
We need
great
that.
record, man.
Yeah.
Bro, this song is fire. You kidding?
No, I get it. I just thought you guys were going to hate it. I really did.
We need
I
to
feel
play
like this is
song.
going to be a big summer song.
Yes.
You know?
Guys, listen to me. I got ideas.
I don't need your ideas.
I have so many ideas.
No, this is already.
You wanna hear?
We've done enough.
Yeah,
I
listen.
believe we've done enough.
Congratulations, Meghan Trainor. We
Yeah.
just played the entire song for you.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Oprah did her big Ozempic special last night.
What was Ozempic special?
So she did she put together this huge special called.
Ozempic?
No, it had like a big long title, like the weight loss industry thing. Anyway, so it was on last night, and Oprah talked a lot about how she dealt with her own weight and how she was ridiculed and put under the microscope.
An Oprah special, Shame, Blame, and the Weight Loss Revolution.
I took on the shame that the world gave to me. For 25 years, making fun of my weight was national sport. 1990, I saw myself on the cover of TV Guide's best and worst dressed list. And I remember thinking, oh, look, there I am on the cover. Mr. Blackwell, the tastemaker of the time, called me bumpy, lumpy, and downright dumpy. I was ridiculed on every late night talk show for 25 years and tabloid covers for 25 years. So, in an effort to combat all the shame, I starved myself for nearly 5 months and then wheeled out that wagon of fat. And after losing 67 pounds on a liquid diet, the next day I started to gain it back.
Yeah, that was a big moment. So she's very much pro Ozempic. and had all the people on talking about it last night.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Morgan Wallen releases a teaser for a brand new track called Redneck.
When you die, I hope you come back as a redneck. I hope it sticks on you like a hell hot sun tattoo.
All right, I'm not mad.
I hope you break your back, but that barely get by paycheck. And when you can't, you gotta go.
You love this guy, eh, Maria?
Love him so much. So much. He's so good.
Is this like? It sounds like it was recorded. Like, was it recorded on a phone, like in a studio or something?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay.
Do you like him, Maria? Because he looks like a guy that could use a little fixing.
No, Roz.
Here's what I would do. First, I tell him to shave the mustache. Then I tell him.
No, I mean heart fixing.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, I
know.
swear.
I can tell.
I like his music.
That's a good song, though. I like it.
Yeah, it's good. Redneck. There you go.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
YouTube superstar Mr. Beast is creating the biggest reality competition series in television history. He's partnered with Prime Video. It's called Beast Games, and it's inspired by all the stuff he does on his own YouTube channel. There will be 1,000 contestants.
What?
Vying for a $5 million grand prize.
1,000 contestants?
For $5 million, which is the single biggest prize in television and streaming history. Mr. Beast will also serve as the show's host. He says, my goal is to make the greatest show possible and prove YouTubers and creators can succeed on other platforms. Amazon gave me the creative control, and I need to try and make it happen. I hope to make the YouTube community proud, he said.
Wow, good for him.
He could bankroll the whole thing if he wanted to.
100%.
1,000 contestants.
If you get a chance, there's a great article in Time Magazine because Mr. Beast was on the cover. And they go through his history, controversies, people who used to work for him, people who work for him now. Like, his story is just incredible. He's a young dude.
Yeah, and he makes a lot of money.
A lot of money. I'm excited for that.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The story yesterday, the big headline was that Bruno Mars had a $50 million gambling debt with MGM Casinos. And he announced, he has his residency there, and apparently the residency pays him $90 million a year is what they said, which I think is just an incredible amount of money for doing concerts. But they said $90 million, and then I guess the $50 million that he owes them comes out of that $90 million. It's a whole messy situation.
Do you think, before it got to the point where that information was sent out publicly, how many conversations did they have to have with Bruno Mars and his people to say, you owe this?
I don't
give me my money.
No, I think that you let somebody rack up $50 million when you know they're a resident, they got a residency with you and that you know what you're paying him. You're going to get your money. You can just take it off the top.
I know, but
just
then
garnish the man's wages.
But just tell him that, right?
Right.
But I want to know if it got so bad, if he was ducking them so much.
Yeah. But maybe he wasn't ducking them. That's the thing is we think that he's, sneaking past security up to his room. Maybe
that's what I think is happening.
Maybe it's just fact and nobody actually cares.
Yeah. Or
right?
he doesn't even know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's what? I just thought it. I work here. I play here.
Yes. It's like those movies where they're always just put it on my tab.
Yeah.
And then the joke is always, you get to find out what the tab is. And some guy owes $3,500 just in coffee, right?
I always wanted to say that.
Put it on my tab? Yeah. So Rick Ross was asked about
the biggest boss, Rick Ross.
Bruno Mars' gambling debts.
Listen, they asked me in the DM, Rose, what you think about Bruno Mars? You can't ask me about another man's debts. That's another man's debts. You got to let another man deal with his own debts. As a man, you're going to have your own situations, but I can't speak on homie debts. I'm not into that. I don't tell you to go gamble. I don't tell you to, let's turn up at the, Rose, I tell you to invest. I tell you to go buy some franchises. I tell you to go do this.
Yes.
Love life, live life, whatever it is, but don't go 50 tickets in the hole. Because every 100 million you make to get out the hole, you owe the people another 65 M's. You in the hole forever.
Well, it's good advice.
I love financial advice from Rick Ross.
Right?
It's like my favorite.
Love life, live life, whatever it is, but don't go 50 tickets in a hole.
No.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Do you know who John Mellencamp is, Mocha?
Actor.
No, incorrect. Singer. Climax plays him all the time. He's got that song Jack and Diane.
Little ditty about Jack and Diane.
Do you want me to find it on YouTube for you?
What's the guy's name?
John. Just look
Diane?
up John Mellencamp. Just look up Jack and Diane. Yeah.
Jack and Diane.
Yes, you will know. Climax plays it all the time because it's got a good guitar riff in it.
Jack and Diane were in love. In love.
And Diane.
Is that how it goes? I gotta wait for this YouTube commercial. Sorry, guys.
Which commercial is it? Okay, something for $7.99. It's a good deal.
Oh. Okay.
Oh my God!
Sorry.
For God's
Sorry.
sakes.
It's unskippable.
Yes.
Yes, I do know this
Okay.
song.
Okay. So you know this song. Yes. So John Mellencamp is doing a concert in Toledo, Ohio. And I guess he's like one of these storytellers guys that likes to talk a lot in between songs. And somebody in the audience just says, yo, play more music.
Oh, no.
Right? And because one guy said play more music, he like walked out on the show. Like everybody suffered because of this one guy. No. Yeah, so and you should hear the way he does it too, because he starts to, this is his biggest song. Everybody go see John Mellencamp to hear this song,
yeah.
right? And he starts to play it and then dips. So listen to the clip. Listen to the
And
clip.
she went, it's just like you, buddy, to be a smart aleck when I'm talking to Jesus.
Oh, he's talking to his
get real
grandmother.
quiet. What do you think I've been doing, you Hey, Joe, find this guy and let me see him after the show.
About to get ass whooped by John Mellencamp.
Before I was so rudely interrupted. Guys, I can stop this show right now and just go home. Since you've been so wonderful, I'm going to cut about 10 songs out of the show.
Oh, 10
Here we go.
songs.
A little ditty. Got Jack Diane. Two magic kingdom in our land. You know what? Show's over.
Oh, in your face!
Cat burns.
In your
That's savage.
face!
But everybody suffered.
Wow.
Just because of that
Everybody.
one guy.
Those who don't hear must feel.
Yo, including Jack and Diane. Damn.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Dr. Dre was officially honored with his own star on the Hollywood Walk of
Hey,
Fame.
big up Dre, big up Dre,
yesterday.
big up Dre.
Ceremony. Snoop Dogg was there. 50 Cent was there. Eminem made a rare public appearance. Was there. Here is Snoop on the mic honoring Dre.
I want to thank me for taking the call from Warren and Dr. Dre in 91, even though I hung up on Warren a few times because I thought the was lying. I want to thank me for deep cover and writing myself into the song. I want to thank me for listening to Dre for over the years and letting him be my teacher, mentor, brother, guardian, protector, and most importantly, a good friend. I want to thank me for showing up on time at the Super Bowl. No, for real, you know, time is everything with us. No, but on a serious note, Dr. Dre, my brother from another mother, a rock in the sands on the beach he'd soon discover. Now we deep cover, blood brothers, on a mission, Dre's edition. House with no furniture, studio in the back with a little bit of food in the kitchen. Long Beach to Compton to Calabasas, compositions, pay attention. Quincy had Michael, they rewrote the cycle. So if Dre is Q and Mike is Snoop, we bang, G-Thang, super group.
Love it.
Low riders hop once Dre beat drop. Forever in our hearts, now engraved on the Hollywood blocks. With the Sinatras and Oscars, movie stars and mobsters. Spooned and groomed with the crispy flow. Dre, your bang in the club, but it sound way much better in a ragtop 64.
Boom.
Oh, I love that.
Fire.
Amazing.
Wow.
Amazing.
And then on Kimmel last night after the Hollywood Walk of Fame ceremony, Dre dropping some huge Eminem news.
Eminem is working on his own album, which is coming out this year, and he's yes. And I actually talked to him, and he said it was okay for me to make that announcement right here on this show.
Oh, wow.
So he has an album coming out. I've got songs on it, and it's fire. I'm actually going to hear the entire album for the first time tomorrow. And he holds his music close to his chest, so I haven't heard everything. I haven't even heard everything complete that I've done, but I'm going to hear it, and he's putting out an album this year.
Oh, so you actually haven't heard, because I know you typically are very careful with your stuff. So
Yeah, I'm hands-on. There's things that I have to mix that I've done, but I get a chance to hear the album in its entirety.
Oh, amazing. Looking forward to that. Huge
His
Eminem
last
fan.
record was Music to Be Murdered By, right? In 2020?
4 years ago, yeah.
There you go. All right.
Incredible.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
There's a huge Sotheby's auction happening in Toronto where financier and philanthropist Miles Nadal is auctioning off an estimated $60 million in shoes and cars. The proceeds of the shoe portion of the auction are going to go to the Dare to Dream Foundation, which is an organization, they say, committed to empowering youth through entrepreneurship. So he's doing some good with the money. At one
Did
point,
they give a list?
yeah, At one point, this guy was Canada's highest paid CEO. So,
Okay,
headlining
tell
the
me.
car collection.
Yeah,
He's
okay.
got the big 5 Ferraris, the
Hold on.
288 GTO. The
I gotta write. Oh wait, I gotta write this down. My car group
Stop,
chat.
just stop.
Okay, go.
The 288 GTO, the F40, the F50, the Enzo, and the
Not the Enzo.
yeah, and the LaFerrari. On the high end estimate, all 5 cars total over $20.25 million for 5 cars. The shoe collection, they say, is even more impressive, which is an accumulation of over 800 pairs of sneakers, including a pair of handmade racing shoes by Nike's co-founder, Bill Bowerman. He's got a pair of Nike Air Jordan 1s autographed by Jordan. These shoes were exclusively made for Michael during his first years in the NBA. They have an estimated value of $200,000.
Oh my God.
He's also selling a pair of 1972 the Nike Moon shoes, which was a shoe created by Bowerman for the 72 Olympic trials. Those shoes are so rare, there was only 12 pairs ever made. And he bought them in 2019. So think of that this is what he paid. So whatever they go for auction, he bought them for $437,000 in 2019. And then to top it all off, he's also auctioning off a collection of exclusive Travis Scott Air Jordans.
Oh my God, those are like impossible to
that
get.
were friends and family exclusives and never released to the public. So that's the shoe
Hey,
collection.
question. Can I just buy a ticket? Just like if I don't want to auction, like
I think you can go and watch it all.
Can I
see
just
it all.
go and
and
hang?
Yeah, you can.
I've done that many times.
Have you? Yeah. Because I think everything is everything's on display in Toronto. And hold on, let me
Give me the date. When is it?
May 31st to June 1st.
I'm free.
Yeah.
I'm free.
Yeah.
I got to see the Travis Scotts.
Yeah.
And the Enzo.
That's a lot, though. $60 million in shoes and cars.
Could you imagine the insurance on all that stuff?
Oh, no. No. Do you think he leaves his key fob by the front door like that cop told us all to do?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
According to Variety, Travis Kelce is reported to be in talks to host the reboot of Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
Hey.
The show would reportedly stream on Amazon Prime and feature celebrity contestants this time around. If you remember, the original Are You Smarter was on Fox from 2007 to 2011.
What's that again?
Jeff Foxworthy.
Oh, right.
And then they rebooted it again on Nickelodeon for one season, and John Cena was the host for that.
John Cena. Okay.
John Cena.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Very much looking forward to seeing Roadhouse Love the original Roadhouse. Huge fan of Patrick Swayze. Jake Gyllenhaal stars in this version, and he was also very close to Patrick Swayze and talks about a little bit of their friendship and what he meant to him going into this remake.
From the jump, from the moment I met Patrick, we worked on the movie Donnie Darko, and from all the
Donnie
scenes
Darko.
we filmed, and then throughout the years, him and his wife Lisa, and even Lisa to this day, has been just loving and supportive. I mean, they were just such a beautiful couple.
Yeah.
I think he was raised in that sort of theatrical dancing ensemble idea, and he always brought that, I think, to the groups that he worked with, and he brought that to me. He was just, I mean, so many different times, just there, kind, giving. That was his spirit.
I have a question about Roadhouse because I never saw the original. I don't really know what the story is about. I know somebody's a bouncer.
Right.
Because I was having this
He's
conversation.
technically the cooler, but okay.
I was having this conversation at the barbershop.
Yeah.
And the guys there were saying for me to watch the new one first and then go back and watch the original for comparison, as opposed to watching the original and then watching the new one.
No, I think you should watch the original first.
Yeah?
Agreed.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, watch
Have
the
you seen
original.
the-
Watch the original first.
You seen it, Shem?
No, I was 2 when it came out.
I have. It was amazing.
Yeah, it's a stupid movie, right?
Okay.
Like, he's
Have you seen it, Maria?
He's a hot
No.
bouncer, right? And then he goes to the Double Deuce Saloon, and they're in trouble. And then there's a small town millionaire tycoon who's causing all sorts of trouble, and then they go to war with each other. It's like it's a whole thing.
But have
right?
you seen how Jake Gyllenhaal looks?
I mean,
Bro,
yeah, he's.
I was
ripped.
just watching this morning on the Men's Health YouTube channel, talking to his trainer, and going through like the routine that Gyllenhaal had to go through basically every day.
Yeah, all those
to get
guys
ripped.
that get ripped like that. They
Go
just
to his Instagram. You could see all of his training videos.
They just have they got somebody in their life who just is constantly just sticking food in their mouth. Eh?
Yeah.
Like just
It's
constantly.
amazing. Oh,
Like
I
just
love it.
Feed,
Yeah, here.
right?
They got the schedule here.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Facebook has announced that it is putting a renewed focus on the poke feature.
What?
That it effectively buried a decade ago. Pokes were, they say, the original sliding into somebody's DM. It was just a way to nudge somebody to say, hey, thinking about you.
Hey, what's up? Hey.
It was never really discontinued. It just sort of got hidden away in the navigation bar and it lost popularity. Now the poke is getting some upgrades, including suggestions for who to poke and easier access to the poke page. Users can also poke a friend directly when searching for them on Facebook. Facebook reports that poking activity has significantly increased by 1,300% in the past month. Despite the decline in popularity with Gen Z, younger users, actually, particularly those 18 to 29, love poking.
Wow.
I had a celebrity poke me all the time.
Who's that?
David Furnish.
Who's that?
Who's David Furnish?
Elton John's husband.
Oh, you had a celebrity's husband poke you all the time.
Isn't this wasn't those fake accounts?
Yeah, isn't he
No,
like
it's
90?
verified.
No, he's not. He's much younger than Elton.
Is he? Like
Yeah,
how much younger?
yeah.
How old is David Furnish?
What's the
How old
age
is David
difference?
Furnish?
Hold on.
He's
here.
61.
How old's Elton?
Like it's 79.
90. Oh.
It can be verified on Facebook.
He's 76.
I had no idea. That's new.
When's the last time you were even on Facebook?
Yeah,
Maria?
like decades ago.
Yeah,
Yo, people.
decades.
Decade.
People.
Decades.
DM me
Decades.
Facebook links all the time, and like I can't open the links. I just don't have Facebook on my phone anymore.
Oh, you don't?
I use it to check memories, like, what happened on this day.
Yes. By the way, Facebook is 20, Maria.
Okay, so
Decades.
decade.
Decades. Decades.
I was 7 when it came out. Oh my gosh!
God. You were 7?
If it's 20 years old, then yeah.
Oh no! Look at Ross.
And here I am. I'm talking about poking. You were 7. And like,
oh, the depression hit real hard.
That's not good.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
According to climatologists, we just had the warmest winter in Canada in 77 years.
Hey!
So what does
Wait,
that
we
mean
got
for
more?
spring? Toronto,
Or is
they
it bad for the
say,
environment?
warmer than usual spring, with there being a 77% chance of temperatures higher than normal. Meanwhile, down in Brazil, Rio de Janeiro specifically, the humidity in Rio right now hit 62.3 degrees with the humidity in Rio. Wow. Yeah. So straight up temp was 43. Felt like 62. And that was at 9:55 a.m.
Oh, my God. Yo, give me that heat. I love it. Give it to me.
Bro, that's hot.
That's really hot. That's like, you can't leave the house hot.
No.
Right? There's no way.
No.
No way.
Oh, God. You'd mess your pants. That's how hot it
there's
is.
no way.
No.
All animals stay inside.
Yeah.
All old people stay inside.
Everything. 62 degrees.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
It looks like TMZ is sort of now on the side of being skeptical as to whether that video of William and Kate leaving that farmer's market was actually them. So they had the exclusive video that was shot from the parking lot through like a car window, like some sort of creep. And originally they were going all in on the fact that it was in fact Kate. But here they were yesterday on TMZ Live breaking it down.
This is, by appearances at least, Kate Middleton out in the wild with her husband, William. This is about a mile from their home where they went grocery shopping. And you see Kate looking relaxed, smiling, carrying a bag, which is interesting if she did indeed have abdominal surgery. Right. So she looks great. Where's the security? Where is the security? That's a good question. And why is it with all the people that were there, this is the only video that surfaced, a video that we secured. Why is it that they're in the store moseying around, going to the cash register? Nobody's taking any pictures, any photos, any video, but we got this.
Great question, TMZ.
And so a lot of people thought that it was a Kate Middleton lookalike who's very popular. Her name is Heidi Agon. And she's like the UK's like #1 Kate Middleton impersonator. And a lot of people thought it was her. But here is Heidi.
Today's been a really crazy day because people think that I'm Kate Middleton in the video that's come out online. I've been doing a lot of interviews and given my alibi that no, it wasn't me in the video. I was actually at work. So I think it is 100% her.
And Heidi works 80 kilometers away, by the way. She made it clear.
Nah, bro, that was you. We know.
Yeah, I know. Come on
Liar.
now.
We know it was you. We know.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Where are we here? Joey Fatone from NSYNC. Paparazzi caught up with Joey Fatone, and I guess, I mean, it's a kind of a ballsy question for a paparazzi. In a roundabout way, he asked Joey if the guys from NSYNC do nothing other than just sit around waiting for Justin Timberlake to call them.
Oh my God, that's so rude.
What do you have to say to NSYNC fans who are like a little salty that you guys have become kind of a cameo in JT's career these days? You know what I mean?
You know, I understand what you mean, but I don't, for me, it's more like he's a cameo with me.
All right.
Seriously, I'm just, for me, because I love doing what I'm doing, I don't want to be like, oh my God, that's so famous. I just enjoy performing. So that's why I do these kind of shows. And for me, it's like, I don't feel, no, it doesn't bother you. Ask, I said, man, if I can do it, I'll do it.
But us as the fans, but
they don't know, they don't see everything, they don't hear everything.
Yeah.
That's the thing, they don't hear and see everything. So that's the whole thing. A lot of conversations do come up where there's a few things that have been spoken and we go, no, we're not going to do it.
Right.
So we cancel some of the stuff. So there has been things that we've been approached, but we don't do it. But you don't hear them or you don't see them.
Because if it was me, I'd say, you can't just call me when you want me. Like,
no, there's been times I've said no.
Really?
Hey, you have to, because again, schedules and everybody's doing things. So either it works out or it doesn't. It happened to work out.
Bro, Chris Kirkpatrick's schedule is wide open. His hand is on his phone at all times, just in case JT calls. And he's like, yes, I'm there. And I will absolutely pay for my own way.
Yes.
Like, I understand Joey Fatone, right?
Yes.
He's busy. Lance, busy.
Yeah.
Kirkpatrick, not busy.
No.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Elizabeth Hurley, we've been talking a lot about this, how her son Damien directed that movie that she was a part of, and he directed her in a sex scene with a young hot woman, and she was going on about how great it was, and I guess everybody's like, there's a lot of curiosity right now about sort of like how he felt about directing his mom in a sex scene and how she felt. And then it came out during an interview where I guess they feel like no weirdness whatsoever with it. And they also let it be known that when you look at his Instagram and you look at her Instagram, like Elizabeth Hurley's just like all bikini shots all the time, right?
Yeah.
And she let it be known that he is the chief photographer of her Instagram bikini shots.
Bro, stop talking.
She says, who likes being photographed in a bikini? No one, even when you're 22 and fabulous. But it's relaxing knowing someone's behind the camera who looks out for me, which was the same on this movie in a way. And then she went to say he shoots my pics and I shoot all his pics.
No. That ain't it. Hire a photographer.
Right? I thought that she had I thought it's an assistant isn't that how it normally works? Like when you're that famous and you got an Instagram, like it's always the assistant, right? It's not the son taking the bikini shots, like, you know.
And then when you don't like that one shot, you're like, no, do it again.
But is he get
this angle?
Yeah, yeah. And she's not she's not gardening in them. Like she's like,
yeah, no, I know.
She's like,
Sham knows.
I know. Yeah, she's doing the thing, right?
We find out from Sham.
The full thing. You take Frank's
I
baby
have.
shots, Maury?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Maury, the lighting is good on this one. Make sure you get the cheeks; they're nice and tanned.
Take it from above.
Above, Maury, above.
Higher.
Come on now, Maury.
Donna's gonna love this one.
Make sure you send it to me before you post it.
Yeah, Frank J. Sherman.
How does it look? How does it look?
Do it again. Another one. Just 5 more, please.
Maury, you got the mustache right, but the ass is all wrong.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So a lot of people confused about Beyonce's the limited edition cover for her country album. So she posted a pic where she's nude wearing a sash, right? And it reads Beyonce on it.
Okay.
Which is Beyince, not
Okay.
Beyonce.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, well, what's doing with that?
Yeah, what's going on in there, Yinse?
So I guess that her mom's maiden name, and I didn't know this, was Beyonce. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
So it's not, what's her from? She goes by Tina Knowles, right?
Yeah.
So it was Celestine Beyonce was her birth name.
It's a beautiful name.
Thank you. But she wanted
Celestine?
but she wanted like a regular name. But she was saying that because of a clerical error, half the family back in the day, they screwed up the name on like the birth certificates. So it was spelt with an I. So Beyonce is sort of like, I guess, honoring those who were in her family.
So the error was with the I and not the O.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
yeah, 'cause
her
when you
last
look at the
name.
keyboard, I and O are like right next to each other.
Yeah. So her last name is actually Beyonce. Everybody's last name is actually Beyonce, but half the family is Beyonce because of a clerical error. So that's where the Beyonce came from.
Oh.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Gwyneth Paltrow has obtained a $22 million second mortgage to pay for renovations on one of her homes.
Oh my God, Gwyneth.
So this one is in Montecito. She bought the place for $4.9 million, meaning she is spending more than 4 times what her home cost just in renovations.
What is she doing?
So when she got the mortgage, it reportedly stipulated that the home in Montecito would be her second home.
Girl.
Okay. So her primary home is in Brentwood. Now, she has significant debt on that house as well. So she's taken out multiple loans and mortgages on the Brentwood property, and combined with the mortgage on her second home, she is now reportedly $40 million in on mortgages and second mortgages. Yeah. I guess that's how you do it. You just operate in debt perpetually, right?
No, get a new financial planner or something.
Yeah.
Right? Get a new accountant, someone who's going to look at everything.
Yeah. Yeah, but and everybody's like cool with it. Apparently, there's one bank I was reading in
Why? Because it's Gwyneth?
In Los Angeles. No, like there's one bank that is like super famous for giving like ultra rich celebrities like really great deals on mortgages and loans and stuff like that. Like they get the special rate. That's Hollywood. That's Hollywood, baby. That's Hollywood.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Any interest in hearing a better quality of Post Malone's new track that he has with Morgan Wallen?
Yes, absolutely.
Now, I heard this, and I feel, not that it matters, that it sounds a little too overproduced for me.
Really? Okay, let me see.
It takes two to break a heart in two. Ooh.
Oh, I'm into this.
Baby, you blame me, and baby, I blame you. Oh, if that ain't the truth.
Yes! Oh, this is straight fire. Are you kidding? No, you're not vibing to this, Roz. What happened?
No, I'm with Roz.
Chevy, you're not either?
No, it sounds like honestly, it sounds like a computer.
It does. It
Guys,
sounds.
it does not sound like
Post Malone.
listen.
Post Malone, who's one of the most unique sounding individuals in
love
pop,
Post Malone
and
so
Travis and Morgan Wallen, who is just so unique in his sound.
Yes, he is.
This sounds like it was typed into an AI generator
No.
to say
You guys are wrong.
To say make a crap
Let me listen
song.
to this again.
It takes two to break a heart in two. Ooh.
Oh, he is singing on this song.
Baby, you blame me, and baby, I blame you. Oh, if that ain't the
That part's good.
Yes! Come on, guys.
I think that's what they were going for, though. That like,
No, it sounds like really bad early 2000s rock bands.
What?
Like,
guys?
no.
Yeah, it starts fine. This part's good.
Baby, you blame me, and baby, I blame you. Oh, if that ain't the truth.
Oh my God, I'm gonna see them again.
Everything's
I'm hyped for
lost.
this.
The song loses every bit of soul as soon as this part kicks in.
No way. You guys are wrong.
Yeah,
Guys, this is so good.
It's been done.
They took two extremely unique individuals and made it sound like the most basic thing.
I think maybe
it sounds
because
basic.
You know what? Maybe because like Post Malone is legit one of my favorite artists
I
in
love
the entire
him.
world.
I love him.
Which is why I'm biased to this song.
I love him.
Yeah, you guys, two of my favorite artists singing together, so I'm gonna like it no matter what.
And I think they just took two great people and they wrapped it up in
cannot
really,
wait for that
really
album.
basic.
And we gotta get
ass,
Post Malone on this show.
Please.
production.
That'd be so cool.
I think you need to dial it all back, boys.
No.
Dial it all back.
No, I'm here for all of this. I can hear this again. Hold on. Guys,
Love this part. Love this part.
when this song comes out,
So
guys,
catchy.
I have a great idea.
I'm on board with Mocha.
No.
Who wants to hear my idea?
I can yell hear it.
Who wants to hear my idea? I think I can get everyone behind my idea
No,
when this new Post Malone song
Go ahead,
comes
hit
out.
that button, bro.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Margot Robbie's production company, along with the guy who directed Loki, are doing the big screen adaptation of The Sims.
What?
The Sims video game?
Yeah.
You know, like that? I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
I've never played. I was never a fan. I don't know. Are people fans of that? I don't know.
It's a huge franchise.
They're also rebooting and doing a new multi-live action series of films for the Neverending Story.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember that?
Yeah.
I think because nostalgia kicked in again, because in season 3 of Stranger Things, remember they sang the theme song to Neverending Story? So I think that kicked up the love for it, I guess. I don't know. So we got a new Neverending Story movie series coming to the big screen. If anybody's
big up
interested in
Falcor.
that.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Sean Strickland,
guy's
UFC champ, former champ Sean Strickland, was asked about his thoughts on Jake Paul fighting 57-year-old Mike Tyson.
It's bull, man. It's I mean, how old is Mike Tyson? 60?
57.
57. Jake Paul, you are a disgrace of a man. You are the epitome of weakness. You are the scum of the earth.
Oh,
the fact that
damn.
you even have a platform or anything of that nature is a slight on society. You truly make me disgusted. And if I ever encounter you in real life, I hope that I just don't lose my and go to prison.
There you go.
So I'm not a
There's-
fan.
There's that.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Do we have time for Megan Fox?
Always.
Okay, so Megan Fox on the Call Her Daddy podcast, talking about all they go through a bunch of the plastic surgeries that she has not had because there's always these rumors, but she does talk about the plastic surgery procedures that she has had. So let's start with the boobs.
Can we just talk about plastic surgery
Yeah,
since we're on
let's
this one?
talk. Yeah.
Okay.
What you have had.
What I have had done, like I said, I had my boobs done when I was 21 or 22.
Uh-huh.
I had them redone after I was done breastfeeding my kids because I don't know where they went, but they went.
Girl, you look amazing.
Thank you. And then I had my nose done when I was in my early 20s. And that's something I've literally been accused of having like 6, 7, 8 rhinoplasty surgeries, which is impossible. Your nose would get necrosis and fall off. I haven't had a rhinoplasty since I was, I'm going to say 23. It's been well over a decade. I've not touched my nose since then.
Okay. Now the question came up, would you get the very popular BBL, the Brazilian butt lift?
Butt implants.
If I could, I would.
Oh.
I don't have.
Damn.
I don't have the extra body fat. I would get it done if I could.
That dump truck.
And that surgery is such a hard one to recover from. It's so insane. It's basically like 3 months you have to lay flat on your face.
It could never be
You're
me.
bruised for an eternity. If I were to ever do that, you're going to give me an ass that's like an anomaly. And everyone is going to be whispering and laughing and talking because they're like, what are we looking at? Like circus freak. I want that. I'm not coming out with like, has she been like really hitting the gym lately? Extra squats. No, I want it to be
massive.
Yeah. It's gotta stop people in their tracks.
Megan Fox. Wow.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Oh, this is great. So, Travis Kelce and his brother were doing their podcast and they were talking about Love is Blind, right? And do you remember that girl, Chelsea from Love is Blind, the one who said she looked like Megan Fox?
Yes.
And she's like whiny and stuff. So this is Travis trying to convince Jason to watch Love is
Oh
Blind.
my God, yes.
And then at the end, he does an impression of Chelsea. So listen to this.
Jason, you got to watch Love is Blind, man. It is the worst trash ever. It's worse than Catching Kelsey, but it is so good. Honestly, I just want you to watch the one girl and to just hear her.
Not watching.
Oh my God, Jason.
No,
please.
I'm not watching that trash. I'm not encouraging Netflix or any of these other subscription channels to make any more of this nonsense bullshit.
I'm coming to Philly. We're going to watch it together. I'm coming.
Do it, Jason. Do it.
You think I'm clingy? I'm clingy. Really?
Okay, so that was the impression at the end. And then Chelsea from Love is Blind responded to that with this.
I just got the most mortifying news. I feel like I need to crawl under a rock at this point because Travis Kelce did an impersonation of me. And the only outlet that this man knows my name, or not even knows my name, knows me, is from whining like a baby back.
Oh, no.
Taylor Swift, if you're watching it with him, please stop.
Hold on. I got the episode on my phone. I got to listen to it today. New Heights podcast. I did not hear this part yet.
You think I'm clingy? I'm clingy. Really?
So that was Chelsea. Now, Chelsea at first made all that news when she was on Love is Blind, where they were still in the pods and you couldn't see each other, where she said that she looked like Megan Fox, right? Megan Fox yesterday on with the Call Her Daddy podcast. And I guess the story is whether Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly are still a couple. So here's what Megan had to say.
Everyone has such like an opinion on your guys' relationships. You know, you got engaged, then I think it was called off, then we don't know what's going on with you. Like, How would you describe your relationship with MGK?
I think that what I've learned from being in this relationship is that it's not for public consumption. So I think,
well, girl,
as of now, I don't have a comment on like the status of the relationship per se. What I can say is that is what I refer to as being my twin soul. And there will always be a tether to him no matter what. I can't say for sure what the capacity will be, but I will always be connected to him somehow. Beyond that, I'm not willing to explain. But all those things you said were accurate, things that have occurred.
Oh.
And I could see them being confusing or interesting to people and them being like, what's up?
So if she says all those things are accurate, they've broken up.
Uh-huh. So
They're
you're
no
not
longer-
together.
No, they're no longer engaged,
Yeah,
right?
You could have taken that 58 seconds and just said, yeah, we're not together.
Was she wearing her ring?
I don't think so. I don't think she's been wearing that ring for a long time.
Wasn't she also like wearing his blood? Like, didn't he have blood?
Yeah,
in
they
the
did a blood exchange the night they got engaged.
and that's right. The other thing was that the ring is supposed to cut her if she takes it off because love is pain.
So weird.
I love how they jammed all their weirdness down everybody's throat and then said, you know what, our relationship is not for public consumption.
Yeah, I know.
Every awful thing I know about the two of you is because you forced it on us.
Bro, your engagement, you had like 7 cameras set up.
Yes.
It was like GoPros everywhere.
Yes.
Like, come on.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
on Kiss 92.5
Kiss925.com.
or download the Kiss 92.5 app.